Super weather.
Good Saturday morning. I'm meteorologist Brooke Martell. It was another hot day yesterday. I'll show you those temperature records that we broke. But before we get to that, not as hot on this Saturday, still trending above seasonal averages. However, I'm talking 5 to 15 degrees above the norm. And by tomorrow, those temperatures, they start to trend up once again. Look at this extreme heat watch issued Monday through Friday. Same areas with that heat advisory that is now expired, coast and valleys. This is unprecedented for the month of March. We're rounding out the final week of winter, and this is what we're expecting. So record heat for Friday. On Friday the 13th, you can see Chula Vista reached that new record, 92 degrees. Previous one set back in 2015. Same thing here for San Diego International Airport, except they tied at 89 degrees. Ramona reached a new record, so did Alpine, so did Campo. So we rounded out the week with those daytime highs certainly above the seasonal average. If you're heading to the coast today, we're looking at those temperatures to be really comfortable this morning, right around those low 60s, even cool, maybe bring that extra layer. You can see moderate rip current risk remains in the forecast, 2 to 4 feet for those wave heights. If you plan on getting in the water, just swim, surf near a lifeguard tower. It's going to be really busy out there along the coast. We've been talking about this all week, but we have that spring break season beginning. And of course, the coast is the place a lot of people want to be to beat the heat because we still have those warmer temperatures over your inland valleys for today. Hiking forecast looks like this. Again, nice and cool and comfortable if you're getting out on the trails really before 10 a.m. You'll get those 50s and 60s. Once we get into about lunchtime, we're trending close to 80 degrees. We'll be right around that for those max daytime highs today. So you'll notice we're getting away from those 90s today and settling into those 80s. So like I said earlier, not as hot as what we had on Friday. 60s and 70s for your coastline, 70s and 80s today for the inland valleys. We'll have a good mix of 70s over your mountain communities. We're still right around those mid 90s today for your desert region for areas like Borrego Springs. Talking about the wind speeds here. So one factor as to why we're cooling down a little bit, you'll notice the wind direction shifting, some onshore flow, that westerly wind bringing some of that cooler maritime air versus that easterly flow that brings that warm compressed air just funnels right into the valleys. So that's why we're trending a little bit cooler on this Saturday. This is a look at your wind gusts heading into about 4 o'clock. You can see picking up still over those mountains, even the desert region where it's kind of highlighted in that yellow coloring, indicating that we could get some gusty conditions there above 20 miles per hour. Along the coast, a little bit of a breeze picking up too periodically. Same deal goes for your inland valleys. Heading into Sunday, you can see things start to calm down early on in the morning. And then we kind of get this difference between the mountains and the valleys. We still have some of that westerly flow west of the mountains, but then we start to see that easterly flow coming off of those mountain slopes heading into the afternoon. And that is really what's ahead for this upcoming week in terms of that extreme heat watch that'll be issued Monday through Friday, again for the coast and valleys. This is going to increase our heat risk. The reason why is because those daytime highs near the coastline could trend right around those 80s. It is a possibility by next week, some of our inland valleys could be reaching triple digits. And this, again, increasing the heat risk, especially for those who are more vulnerable to these warmer temperatures. This is the month of March. We're not talking about June, July, August. So this is a little abnormal for this time of the year to see daytime highs 20, even up to 30 degrees above their seasonal average. Those heat safety tips: stay hydrated, limit time outside, again, especially if you are sensitive to the extreme heat. Here's a look at that 10-day forecast, mapping everything out for you. So by tomorrow, you'll notice we don't change too much with the temperatures at the coast. We're still sitting close to those mid 70s, but Monday, we're expecting to break through into those 80s and stay there even through next weekend. Look at your inland valley communities. 90s by Monday, staying there through Tuesday, trending close to the upper 90s Wednesday. There it is by Thursday, Friday. It looks like those could be the warmest days of the week for us as we get closer to triple digit heat. Even heading into next weekend, those daytime highs are definitely going to be staying above the seasonal average. So plan ahead. Like I said, those heat safety tips, keep those top of mind. Even for today, although we're not under any sort of advisory, we still have those warm temperatures above seasonal norms. Your mountain communities getting out of the 70s, back to the 80s, maybe even 90s next week. For the desert region, 90s, but then triple digit heat on tap. It's possible we could see those daytime highs as early as Tuesday, but we take that into next weekend. Have a great day and be safe.
Don't forget your umbrella.